Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Dogs in the Draft. My name is Connor Riley, and today we are going to be talking about an edge rusher who kind of got overlooked at times during his Georgia career, but also led the team in sacks during their 2021 National Championship team on a loaded defense. So today we're going to be talking about Robert Beal. Beal flew a little bit under the radar due to playing at a stacked position at the University of Georgia that's turned out a number of NFL draft prospects. So, Mike, what is an NFL team potentially getting in Robert Beal?
Well, I mean, Robert's a sixth-year guy, a veteran guy. I kind of wonder if he's maybe a little bit of a tweener in terms of, is he an end? Is he an outside linebacker? I know that 4.48 40 that he ran, he really did himself a solid by running that. I think that said a lot. I mean, this is a guy at 6'4", 247. I mean, that's a really good number to run a sub 4.5 number. So that shows you what type of athlete Robert is. Sometimes in the Georgia program, guys get asked to do things that don't necessarily translate to dynamic numbers. And I think of Trayvon Walker like that. He was the number 1 overall draft pick, didn't even make first team All-SEC. So I think it had to do more with what Robert was asked to do. When he was asked to sick him in 2021, after Adam Anderson left the program, he ended up leading Georgia in sacks. This year, that wasn't his role. He played a different role. So I think there's going to be a very savvy GM coach out there that's going to recognize the talent and ability of Robert Beal. I think this is a guy that, will be gone before the 6th round. And I'm not going to put a ceiling on how high he might go. Again, it only takes one team to recognize, how the talents of a player. And if you look at the history of recent Georgia linebackers, they've done as well as anybody at coaching these guys up and putting them in the NFL. So Robert Beal, a guy I expect to see on a football field in an NFL team next season. He'll make a 52-man roster.
Yeah, I think Beal is someone who might be more productive in a better scheme suited for his skill sets. I think you're right to point out that he was rarely asked to just, hey, go get the quarterback, because I do think that is something he can do well. And look, there just aren't very many pass rushers out there that have the size and speed measurables that Beal has. Obviously, he's not as polished a player as I think Nolan Smith is, and there's a reason why Smith is being mocked as a first-round type pick, whereas Beal is going to be a late day 3 pick here. But I do think he's a guy that in the right scheme and in the right system could turn into being a productive NFL player, and at least a guy that can play a certain role for teams. He's a guy that learned how to play special teams over time at the University of Georgia there, and is a guy that comes from a winning program. And look, Azeez Ojulari, Jermaine Johnson, Nolan Smith is just the latest example this year. There have been a ton of NFL players coming from the Georgia defense in recent years. Teams like the ability that guys in this defense have, and I think Beal is absolutely going to be someone that benefits from that as he gets drafted after having a less heralded career at the University of Georgia. So for a discussion on Robert Beal, my name is Connor Riley, that's Mike Griffith, and this has been an episode of Dogs in the Draft.